most of the time I'll find myself using words in my head that I've heard somewhere. And they just feel right because I heard them. And I'm like, now what does the word actually mean?
I
Then
know.
I go into I was like, oh, at least I used it correctly. Right. Like, okay, cool. We are both sort of thing.
Yeah.
So that's how I find myself learning most of the time. And then the realization, you could see, the reason I don't like dumbing down things is because dumbing down something makes the other person dumb. They stay
Exactly.
dumb.
And you know what? That's always my debate. It's always like, there's this conversation, you know, my friends tell me this a lot.
Yes.
You know, you're intimidating, men feel scared to approach you or whatnot. So I find myself in a sort of a crisis. Why am I always supposed to be dumbing myself down and everything? No, catch up to my level. You figure, because Nami, there are spaces where I go and I feel like I have to catch up to these people's level. I don't ask them to come down to my level. Like, that is the only way we can elevate the world.
That is so true.
By everyone challenging themselves to catch up with the level of the people at the stairs.
The conversation amongst women is something that I've been seeing on my For You page a lot lately. Where women are talking about that of, it was even it was from Halle Berry and a Halle Berry interview from like 2000 and something, where they were also telling her that, you know, she's too beautiful and too intimidating, that, you know, that's why people don't approach her, like most men don't approach her, stuff like that. And then she's like, no, the problem is that it's not that men don't approach me. It's the ones that who approach me are just the ones I don't like.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
Yeah.
So now, instead of, but then she goes on to further say that for her, the idea is that the standard that she has put for herself in the world, she's living her truth. Yeah. So now that's the thing. For me, I don't like the idea of dumbing down of anything, whether it's your personality, whether it's your intellect, whether it's your physical appearance, you know, because now you're living a lie, sort of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I dress like this because this is how I am inside. When the convoluted and complexity of my attire is simply an expression of my thought process as well, right? Sort of thing. Which
quick question, but don't you find it isolating?
Yes, it very much is.
And are you fine with the isolation?
Because being single for 3 years ain't nice. Yes, yeah. Being single for 3 years is not nice. But it's worth it when you start reaping the rewards of it. Like the realization that, you know, just because the world is going a certain direction doesn't mean that direction is correct. Yeah,
absolutely.
Even if it's the whole world going, it could be possible that, you know what, everyone is just wrong and I'm the only one who's correct. And the interesting thing about that is people in today's age find that as a bizarre thing to think about. You know, so you know what?
It's scary.
Yes, but then at the same time, it's the same people who believe in the power of Jesus Christ, who believe in the power of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon his name. You're like, okay, you acknowledge that there are certain people who are born and just realize that the whole world is going a certain direction and I feel like the whole world is wrong. I want to go this direction. That's essentially the life story of Jesus Christ, right? So if you believe in the existence of such a person, why would you think it wouldn't happen again or even happen more often or even happen all the time, right? So for me, it's like that. It may be isolating, but hey.
I totally agree with you. And I feel like one of the things having this podcast has taught me is that I don't talk about things. I don't have conversations with people so that they can agree with me.
Oh, Your Majesty. And the unfortunate thing is, that's a realization I had to make as I came back to social media after my disappearance and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You could say for a long time, I used to do the social media thing, sharing the knowledge that I learned because I wanted people to understand it.
Yeah.
You know, sort of thing. I'm teaching this thing as Krayzie historian because I want you to understand not just it, but also so you can understand me because I've always wanted to be understood.
Yeah. Oh,
right?
Yeah.
And then the realization I made, long about December, sort of thing.
Yeah.
If you see what I see, asibonane, sort of thing. If you don't, vale mehlo uqhubeka ngendlela, yabo.